Hey everybody, my name is Max Conserva. I'm here with Logan Farr on behalf of Crossroads Adaptive Athletics. We're going to take you through some tips and tricks for the pull-up for people with lower limb differences. So when you think about a pull-up, you might not be thinking that it has anything to do with the lower limbs, but there's a couple considerations you should take into account if you're getting started or you have an athlete getting started with pull-ups. So the first one I want to talk about is jumping and landing. Now this isn't something we normally think about, but every time we want to get up to the bar or get off the bar, we have to think about actually how do we complete this movement. So before you get started with pull-ups, you need to make sure you're comfortable jumping and landing. And I'll show you what I mean. Logan, would you mind jumping up to the bar? Executing one pull-up. Beautiful. Drop off and land. No big deal. So as long as you can do that, you can be safe. The next question is, okay, it's easy to do it with one rep, but when you're in the middle of a workout and you've just done 15, 20 pull-ups, can you get down safely when you have a little bit of momentum? Logan, would you mind doing a couple pull-ups? Beautiful. The next thing I want to talk about for the pull-up is typically when we cue our athletes or when you yourself are doing a pull-up, we want to stay nice and tight, keeping everything together. One of the common cues that are used are keeping your feet together. However, if you have an amputation, the tactile feel for your feet isn't always there. In Logan's case, he actually has two prosthetic feet. So what we focus on when he's on the bar is actually keeping the knees together. Logan, would you mind giving us a pull-up? Beautiful. So right here when he's on the bar, I'm focusing on him keeping his knees together. You can actually see what happens when you don't keep the knees together. You'll end up getting a lot of clattering between the legs. You'll mark up your expensive prosthetics. I think if you see Logan, he's got some nice street prosthetics or duct tape around that. So another excellent point if you don't want to piss off your orthotist prosthetist. The last thing we wanted to touch on was actually keeping the legs on or off. So depending on your residual limb and depending on the socket style you use, your leg may come off or stay on more easily. And it's happened the case, even with Logan, who's a BK, his limb at times has flown off in the middle of butterfly pull-ups. So this is something, it's going to be, your mileage may vary on this, but you have to be very conscious when you are doing a pull-up to make sure that leg stays on. This is going to be a lot bigger problem for AKs. So a lot of AKs we work with actually end up taking the leg off for their pull-ups, especially when we're talking about kipping pull-up or a butterfly pull-up where there's a lot of momentum.